right, good morning, everybody. Am I rolling? Yes, I am. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the morning message. Things are moving along. This is March 3rd, and so one of the things that happens on March 3rd is that Mars moves into Gemini. The other day I did a little reading, I did a little pick a card about the energies around Mars moving into Gemini. And so it was kind of interesting because, one of the things that came out really loud and clear is that maybe you should hold your tongue for a while in this energy. It's going on from March 3rd till April 23rd. So if you feel the need to jump in and do something or jump in and say something, especially with Gemini, you might want to count to 10. So if you want to take a look at that reading that's up here, up on YouTube. Also, let's see, the full March readings, the individual zodiac readings are up on Patreon for March, and they are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is interesting to me right now is paying attention to your progressed sun. So if you're not really feeling your sun sign, and you're like, is it my moon sign that I'm interested in, or should I be paying attention to my progressed sun sign? Check out Patreon because you get all 12 readings. So you can kind of experiment and see which one resonates for you. And that's why we do it like that. Good suggestion from you guys. Okay. All right. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we go this morning. Let's see where we go. All right. Vast vistas. For sure. Vast vistas, expand your horizons, reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Traveling lightly. Simplify your life. This is definitely a big transformation for whoever this reading is for. It could be for you or somebody you're dealing with. I feel like once you kind of gave yourself permission, if this is for you, if you gave yourself permission to move forward on your spiritual path, then things are going to be happening quickly. Okay. And I know that it may sound like, what do you mean give myself permission? Well, a lot of people hold themselves back from something that they know that they are destined to do or is part of their life purpose. And, you may think that that's not true, but one of the things that I learned when I was I've been on my spiritual path for a really long time. And one of the first things I learned was that the whole path is not shown to you. You don't get the whole business plan. You don't get the whole show. You don't get the trailer of the whole movie. What you get is the next step. And that can be a little daunting when you're going in a different direction than you're used to, than you're normally used to. Because you want to see the whole thing. You want to see where the movie ends. You want to see what this is about. And the universe is asking you to take things one step at a time. So it can be a challenge for a lot of people. And, that's why I do the North Node classes. That's why I talk about, Dark Moon Lilith and things like that. Much more on that coming up. But all of these classes and courses that we talk about are about, healing your soul through the use of a tool known as astrology. It really gives you your roadmap. So I'm kind of feeling like you're, not only have you started down this road, but you're going to get some other very important steps in the journey. So if you've come up against a little bit of like a hard place, like a little bit of a block, or you're not sure where things are supposed to go next, and you feel a little stuck, a little hanged man energy there, all of a sudden you're going to get a whoosh. You're going to get a bunch of messages, downloads, opening up your third eye, opening up heart chakra, kundalini rising, whatever it is for you. You could be opening up to channeling. You could be opening up your past lives. Something along these lines is gonna move you forward in a big way. Okay, and simplifying your life is kind of like the next step once you have this awareness of your light shining brightly and everything, the next step is kind of like releasing and letting go from things and people and situations that are holding you back, for sure. Look at that 10 of Wands. That is absolutely the let go of burdens card, right? Wow. High Priestess, your intuition. 9 of Cups. 7 of Wands. Some of you are resisting your spiritual gifts because you don't know where it's going to take you. Okay? You don't know where it's going to take you. Turning you over. Oopsie, there it goes. Other people have issues with you and your spiritual gifts, or people could be criticizing you walking this spiritual path. Okay? Wow, look at this. 10 of Pentacles, Moon, 9 of Swords, Empress. My goodness. This is very divine feminine energy here, plus the Moon. So High Priestess and Empress and the Moon here. The Moon is about things that gifts you don't even know you have. Okay, so I feel like you finally are like breaking through. Okay, and this is what you've wanted. Okay, to leave the old burdens behind, to put down the belief systems or the preconceived notions of who you are even. Astrology is the study of who you are. So the best way, in my view, or one of the best ways, I think there might be more than one, to travel your spiritual path is to understand who you are and why you're here. Astrology is one of those things. Tarot is also something that unearths information that may resonate with you. That's why you watch, or that's why you pay attention to messages that go, oh, wow, that really hit home for me, or that's important for me. These are all, little tiny awakenings, okay? And once you put down this belief system or this burden that you have about who you are, okay, I think that that's what this is. That especially if you have channeling gifts, if you have some kind of mystical gifts, there's a lot of people around you who aren't going to want that to be true. For a lot of reasons. Some people are jealous of it. Some people are threatened by it. Some people don't understand it, so it makes them afraid. I know when I was little, I remember talking to Nana when I was like 4 or something. She passed away when I was 3. And, my mom, I would love to spend a lot of time in my room. For an outgoing kid, I really did like to spend a lot of time in my room with my dog Lady, and I would be drawing and I would do all kinds of creative things. And as I'm drawing and as I'm doing these things, I'm like having a conversation. I'm having a conversation with, as it turns out, now as a grown up, I can look back and be like, oh, you're talking to your spirit guides. You're talking to Nana. You're talking to your ancestors. You're talking to, whatever spirit is sort of embodying for you in that creative process. And grown-ups may not like that, may think that's a little bit challenging. Okay. So I feel like a lot of you guys, especially, because children are so open and beautiful and not hemmed in by societal norms and things like that, that you may have really resisted a lot of your spiritual gifts as a child because other people thought you were weird or thought you were spooky or something along those lines. And so you do what you can to kind of align with family desires for you. They want the best for you. Your mother just wants the best for you, or your father's just looking out for your best interest, or things along those lines. And if you're really in this High Priestess moment for yourself, then there's a couple of things that can happen depending on your chart, depending on your path. You can be like, oh, I better get my shit together because they're going to pitch me out into the snow if I don't. Especially an adopted kid thinks that. But it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you could feel like, I just want to be part of this family. I want to be part of, what's around me. I want to fit in. And then there's the other folks who may be super cool with the fact that they're not fitting in. And if you were like me, you wanted to fit in, you wanted, mom and dad to be like proud of you and love you and everything like that. And if you were having an issue with that because of your spiritual gifts, then there's this kind of clash. And I feel like a lot of you, we learned this in the Chiron class. Chiron is your wounded healer. This is the thing that as a child, you were was kind of squashed out of you because of, this mold or this family belief system or this, whatever it was that, they were just trying to help you get along in the world. Okay. There may be no, malintent or anything like that, but, that can happen to especially a kid with special gifts. So, you want this, and this as a grown up too. This is not just as a child. Things happen to kids, they're weird, or they talk to Nana or they're whatever. And then everyone's like, oh my God, you better get her to a doctor and see what's wrong with her. But even as an adult, same thing. I don't want to be ostracized because of my gifts. I don't want to be thrown out into the snow from my tribe. I don't want to be. That's why we have this tribe, because we all get it. Here in this room, you, me, we all get it. We know we're all weird, and that's awesome. Embrace it. Because by doing that, even though you have some fear around these belief systems or around what's true, this is not belief systems. This is about what's true for you, what's deep for you, what is truly you. Your moon sign is really who you are. Your sun sign is what you show to others. Your progressed sun sign is how you've grown over the years and what you care about, okay? And how you show yourself to others through that lens. Your moon sign and your progressed moon show who you truly are. Moon sign, south node, shows you who you truly are, okay? And a lot of you can be waking up in the middle of the night having dreams or having, conversations with spirit guides, or just having feelings, being clairsentient. Waking up to new kinds of gifts can be scary, okay? Because, hey, I'm just trying to fit in the world, man. I'm just trying to get along. I'm just trying to be part of whatever I'm part of. I'm trying to be part of this particular tribe that you value for some reason. Your family values it, whatever. But you're stepping into this Empress energy. Divine Feminine, this is like two sides of the same coin, in my view. High Priestess is the moon. Empress is the sun. Okay? I feel like this is they're not really connected with those signs. I mean, Cancerian energy, Libra and Taurus. But this feels to me to be the moon, and this feels to me to be the sun. So both of those things are you. The progressed moon, progressed sun shows how you've progressed in life and what's going on inside you, what's really going on for you. That's progressions. Transits are what's going on outside of you. So you may have resisted your spiritual gifts all this time because of what the tribe said. And that was a tribe that you wanted to belong to, because that was a tribe you were born into. But consider this. Is it possible that you were there to progress the tribe? And whether they jump on board or whether they appreciate it or whether they find it to be meaningful is not your business, okay? It's none ya business, okay? Instead, you likely are going to be standing in a different place with a different tribe, okay? And that's what traveling lightly is. You're not going to heap this on your shoulders. You're not going to drag people along with you who don't want to be there, who think all this kind of mystical stuff is spooky or weird or whatever. You're just not going to drag that with you. So this is a turning point here. This is a turning point. Ace of Cups, Four of Cups, Two of Swords, Sun. There's the sun. We got the sun and the moon here, like I said. Ain't it great? Got the sun and the moon here, like I said. And I feel like whatever was meaningful to you in these old tribes, this old tribe, this old belief system, no more. Okay? This is a new day. This is a new day. And finally embracing both these sides of you. So they've always been there. You know they've always been there. The mystical side, the spiritual side, the side that is shown to the rest of the world. And now they're merging. Now these two things are merging. Okay? So reaching your destination, this always reminds me of Glinda the Good Witch, doesn't it? Your light is shining brightly. Doesn't that remind you of Glinda the Good Witch in Wizard of Oz? It's the yellow brick road and all, or it's not brick road, but yellow road and all, right? Your light is shining brightly. She comes down in her bubble, right? When Dorothy first gets to Oz, or wherever that place was where she started, and she's in the bubble. Okay? So a lot of us are in a bubble. A lot of us are in our own bubble, like absolutely in our bubble here of our own spiritual gifts, knowing what we know, knowing what we have to offer, and, time to really unleash it on the world. Time to open up to that as who you're showing yourself to be. Time to have the moon and the sun be equally as important. Okay? Let me see about the moon here. I'm going to clarify the moon. Five of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, King of Swords. There can be a lot of people around you who are, I'm seeing some jealousy here. I'm seeing some people who wish you were different. Could be family members, could be whatever. And I'm just feeling like this energy right now of like, which way do I go? Glenda the Good Witch, I wish I had my wand. Glenda the Good Witch is saying to you, that's not really a choice. You are you. You're acting like these are two different people. But the sun and the moon are really the same person. Okay? Embodied in the same person. And so on your spiritual path, it's like, what was I was watching, I forget what show this was, but, I think it was MASH. Henry was dictating a letter to Radar. And he ended a sentence with I instead of me, right? Ending it with, Hawkeye and I instead of Hawkeye and me, right? That whole convention. And he looks at Radar and he goes, should it be me? And Radar goes, what? And Henry goes, should I be me? And Radar goes, do you have a choice? I love that joke so much because it's the whole truth that we're seeing in this reading now. Should I be me? Do you have a choice? I don't think so. I think things are coming together in the spiritual path where you're walking this path and you are you. You are the moon and the sun. You are stepping into this and reaching a destination. So this is not about just starting out. This is now a destination. And there's a new path that's opening up. So we have come a long way from that first step down your spiritual path, whatever phase of spiritual path you're in. We've come a long way and we're now at some kind of like way station. So as the ascension continues, right, as we're moving into the age of Aquarius and, we're at the very beginning of this, it's almost like we're all kind of like all of us who are on this spiritual path to shine a light for others, okay, are like gathering at the train station or something like that for this new journey, this new part of the journey. Turning point. There's a turning point here. Turning point. All right. I'm going to continue with this reading. If this has resonated for you, I'm going to continue on. There's a link below if you want to do that. If you're on Patreon, the rest of this reading starts right now.